Well, I was born in the Ivory Coast, West Africa. I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. Prior to getting the call to work here, I never watched hockey before, nor it was a game that I understood. You know, what drove me to the sport was the opportunity to learn a new sport and a new fan base and a new city. I knew that prior to taking the job here, I knew that there are not a lot of African Americans in the game, and likewise in the front office. For me, though, it's been my goal to kind of share the African American experience from my point of view, at least, with my colleagues and the fans that I interact with, and just be able to just, you know, be human and show myself, and also allow other people in other organizations, people like myself, they used to look at hockey or the Sharks and be like, man, I don't know if I belong there or if I would fit in, to be like, you can come in here and you can thrive. The passing of George Floyd, it hit me. I tried to block it out, not try to think about it, and then it hit me like it was recent. It happened just like in 2020, and I just felt frustrated. I felt helpless. I just felt down. And it was, you know, I think the first time that I realized that just being silent about it or trying to like wish it away is not gonna make it go away. The Juneteenth artwork was something that, when it was brought up to me to have the opportunity to do it, I was like, absolutely. But at the same time, I was a bit nervous because I knew that it would be a big project, and it's something that's bigger than me. I started researching images and ideas to, you know, bring the two together. And I looked at our logo, and our logo had the sharks biting the hockey stick, and I thought, you know, how cool would it be to incorporate hands in chains, and then the sharks coming through and biting through a chain. Just basically us, you know, standing up for racism, standing up for equality, and just being part of the conversation. It was auctioned off through the Sharks Foundation. We auctioned off a few copies of it, as well as we did t-shirts that went to sell. What was great about the auction and the t-shirt sales is that it went to the African American Community Service Agency here in San Jose, which is an African American community nonprofit that we've worked with, and the Sharks Foundation also matched all the funds that was raised for us, so that was great. We raised $17,000. I was just proud that something that was made out of love and something that was made out of just bringing people together was also able to raise money for a nonprofit in the Bay Area here that does a lot of things for Black people. Within the Sharks, it's been amazing to just the support within colleagues. I've had colleagues send me articles, people have been reading, watching shows, just educating themselves, and I think that's the most important part. We started a new council, Teal for Change Council, that we started, just bringing different people from different parts of the organizations together, and we've been having dialogues about what we can do to, you know, make the organization much more diverse, and, you know, just have a conversation about race and what we can do to make sure it's inclusive, to make sure that we are being part of the conversation, part of the change. So seeing the Sharks be just very proactive and putting something like that together, you know, it gives me hope. We can make change, and, you know, we can be an example for other organizations out there as well to, you know, take a stand and show that racism and injustice is not okay, and we have to do better.